Well, g'day and welcome to another edition of Chewing the Fat. We're down here at the Walker's Arms this week. Bevo here with you, and we're joined by a man who's played 208 first-class games for Australia. He's played for South Australia, Tasmania, the Sydney Sixers, the Sydney Thunder, Glamorgan and Leicestershire over there in England. He's done it all. That is Mark Cozzy Cosgrove. Cozzy, great to have you on the show, mate.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
Now, what are you involved in these days, mate? You still involved with cricket yourself? Because I know off air we talked a little bit about Cozzy's cricket, so tell us more about that.
Still involved in cricket. I love. I'm still playing, which is fantastic. Still playing at Leicester and Northern Districts. Head coach at Northern Districts now, and starting my own little business of Cozzy's coaching. So any young kids out there who want to get better and be the next future stars, I'm trying to give back a little bit to them and help them along.
Now, you're involved in the Big Bash, of course, back in the day, as I mentioned before, played with the Sydney Thunder, the Hobart Hurricanes and the Sydney Sixers, and we saw the Adelaide Strikers winning their first ever title this year. Can you see them going back to back, and who do you think the teams are to beat this coming Big Bash season?
Yeah, definitely. Travis Head's going to be a big loss. Obviously playing Test cricket, he's going to miss a lot of the tournament. I like the Hobart Hurricanes. I think with Jofra Archer, Short, McDermott, Bailey Wade, I think they're going to be a really, really tough side to beat, as well as the Brisbane Heat. I think with Lynn, Jimmy Patterson back now for them, I think they're the two teams to beat, but I think the Strikers have definitely got a big chance this year again. Hopefully Weatherall can just keep going the way he left off last year.
And the cricket, of course, it's the second test match over there in Perth at the moment. It's very exciting. Australia's currently 150 ahead with 7 wickets in hand, although technically it's 6 because Finch just copped one before and he's gone off to hospital with that nasty finger injury. How do you think this one's going to go, Cozzy? Obviously, still a couple of days to go, but can you see the Aussies winning and drawing the series at 1-1?
Yeah, definitely. I think they need a big partnership now. I think Travis and Usman Khawaja now, if they can build a big partnership here and really push it on 300, 350, I think our fast bowlers will come into their own on a pitch that will give them a bit of assistance later in the game. So I think Stark and Hazelwood will get, as long as they get through Kohli early, I think they can rip through them pretty quickly.
Now, you've obviously played with some real characters of the game, but who's been one of the funniest cricketers that you played with, and tell us why?
I always liked playing with Sean Tate. Sean Tate was really funny. One, he bowled 150k, so anything he said was funny. But he always had a smile on his face. He always enjoyed his game. He was the first one to tell you he made a duck, but the first one to buy you a beer when you made 100. So I enjoyed playing with Tatey. Always try to keep him on my good side, especially in the nets, to be fair. But I think Buff was really good. George Bailey is really funny. If you ever get a chance to hear George Bailey talk or do a speech, he is pretty special. He can do most things pretty well, but speaking is fantastic for George. He makes every scenario quite funny.
And you have been one of those that's faced the great Shane Warne. What was it like facing up against him?
It was pretty special, to be fair. We were losing, to be fair, but we had to bat day 4 at Adelaide Oval. Had to bat the day out. I think I got 54 not out, batted all day, and I think Tatey got out a second to last over to lose the game. But to face Warney on day 4 pitch at Adelaide Oval was, back in the day they had big craters and balls were ripping and turning. It was pretty good. I think he bowled pretty well, to be fair. But it was just amazing to face Shane Warne, and got into a bit of a slanging match with him. I'd said something I shouldn't have, and then regretted it about 2 minutes later because I think I said it and then just looked and went, oh no, what did I do? And Chuck Berry was very quick to tell Warney what I said. So it was good fun. Something that I'll treasure forever.
And you have been involved, as we spoke off air, with the great Mervyn Swervin Hughes. What was that like being obviously playing with him and also having him as part of the Australian selection team?
Big Merv is awesome. He's got a heart of gold. He'll help you no matter what you're doing in life. He'll always give you a text or ring you if you need help, and he'll be the first person to give advice when you needed it. So for me, I first came across him when I played against him, and then he was an Australian selector on tour when I got picked for Australia. So it was a very good eye-opener. I think the first day I was there, Dizzy made 200, so the bowling unit was celebrating, and Merv was still part of the bowling unit back then. So it was an interesting eye-opener of day one of my one-day career.
And as we spoke about before, you've spent quite a bit of time playing there over in the UK, and you still are now involved with Leicester. What's it like, the difference between playing in Australia and playing over there in the UK, Cozzy?
It's really different. Over here, you have 3 or 4 blokes who bowl 150 Ks. Over there, you probably have one a team. But over there, they're quite skillful. The ball swings all day, nips around a little bit. So you do get them little trundlers who can just do enough with the ball. But to their self, it is a tough game over there. But I still think Shield cricket over here is a little bit tougher. You have them skillful blokes who do bowl 140 Ks. But it is a good challenge. You see their players now are really growing. They're winning games. I think they're the best one-day team in the world. And I think Jimmy Anderson said the other day, if they don't win the World Cup, something's gone wrong or dramatically gone wrong. So look, it's going to be interesting, the World Cup, because they should win it at home. They are the best team in the world, but they've put the pressure on themselves now. So it'll be interesting to see how Australia go with Warner and Smith back. Hopefully they can resurrect our one-day woes at the moment and, really drag us into a semi-final would be fantastic.
That would be terrific. And just finally, you're a larger-than-life character and you've always been one that doesn't mind a few beers. Who would be one that would... who do you think would be the perfect person to play Cozzy if you're in a movie?
I'm not sure. Gary Busey gets a run now and again. I don't know. Got to be good-looking, obviously. They could hit the ball. I don't know. Gary Busey, the boys go with Gary Busey a bit, so we'll stick with that one, eh?
Well, Mark Cozzy Cosgrove, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on Chewing the Fat, mate, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, and thanks once again.
No worries, cheers.
This has been another episode of Chewing the Fat. Merry Christmas to everyone, take care, and bye for now.